Hello, True Texans. I'm Julie McCarty, CEO of True Texas Project. My husband and I founded True Texas Project 14 years ago. Can you believe it? And we're still going strong. In fact, we have big news. We've got election season coming up fast, and we are ready. We've built the Army, we've trained the Army, and now we are engaging the Army for election 2024 with True Texans taking charge. I know many of you are like me. You came into politics with very little experience. So let's explain how the system works. In early March, we have a primary election. This is when all the Republicans fight it out to see who will be on the ballot as the Republican candidate in the November general election. Now in Texas, most of the time, it's the primary election that really matters. Why? Because in most of the state, the Republican candidate, no matter who it is going to win in November. This means in March, we must choose the most conservative option and work really hard to help him win in November. At True Texas Project, we put the bulk of our efforts into the primary election in March, so you'll probably want to know how we're going to do that, right? Well, this is the part that is so exciting to me because we have a lot in store for you. Every year we're told, this is the most important election of our lifetime. And they aren't lying. You know how polarizing the culture has become. If ever there was a time to step up and get involved, this is it. And we'll make it easy. Every month, in every location, True Texas Project will host a how-to training session. Take a look at some of those topics. This starts this month, which means you're about to learn tonight how to vet candidates. This is good stuff, and we've got experts doing it for us. One other special event we're offering happens August 24th, so you better hurry. It's an online candidate webinar where we'll have experts sharing how to make that decision to run for office, how to manage volunteers, how to raise finances, best practices you can steal, and of course we'll wrap it up with a Q&A session. Again, it's an online event, so anyone, anywhere can join, and it's on August 24th. So go to our website and sign up. Tell candidates and potential candidates you know. You must RSVP to get that link. And hey, we're not done yet. We're also booking town halls with some of our favorite congressmen like Ronnie Jackson, Beth Van Dyne, Chip Roy, and even Senator Ted Cruz. We love to encourage our representatives. We also want to make sure we're holding them accountable and asking the hard questions when we need to. Don't you think that it's important that voters are educated on hot topics so they can explain why they believe what they believe? Of course. So we're also hosting a series of forums we've dubbed Right versus Right. We'll have two conservatives discussing opposing sides of issues like those you see on your screen. We want to be clear, these won't be debates, but friendly, honest conversations. At True Texas Project, we are not afraid to tackle those difficult questions head on. Now, there are plenty of ways you can help make this the best election ever. One thing we need in every satellite is someone to step up as candidate coordinator to help True Texas Project track, vet, and support good people running for office in your area. Maybe it's you. Or what about helping us protect election integrity by working the polls or staffing the ballot board? We also want to start a block walking program to help get our voting recommendations into the hands of every Republican voter in your neighborhood. We know from experience that people trust our name and will vote as we suggest, if we tell them. Remember, most voters don't even know what the primary is for. They'll come to the polls saying, I'm voting for the Republican candidate. But guess what? They're all Republicans. If we can get them a list to use, they will, and we will win more races this way. It all starts with you. Are you ready to jump in? There is so much work to be done. Nobody can be sitting on the sidelines. And speaking of jumping in, this is a good time to recognize our Volunteer of the Month, Bonnie Brown from the Rio Grande Valley. Bonnie keeps telling us she's going to take a break, but we keep convincing her to stay. She is too good to let go. She's got great experience as a former county GOP chair, and now she serves as co-director in our RGV location. One thing we love most about Bonnie is that she is so good at staying calm, cool, and collected. And that is not easy working with politicians and volunteers. Bonnie has been serving faithfully through the highs and lows of having a satellite so remote and in a traditionally blue area. Sometimes she's been the lone volunteer pulling off an entire meeting. But just recently, Bonnie set to work building out a volunteer team, and we are floored with all the new people stepping up to help. Now, Bonnie would never take credit for any of this, and she's always telling us she doesn't do enough. But if we had more volunteers like Bonnie, Texas would be well on its way to being the conservative Mecca everyone thinks it is. Congratulations, Bonnie, and thank you for serving so well. If anyone else wants to join our leadership team, no matter what area of Texas they hail from, this is the time to do it. We are working hard to put together the best ever Leadership Summit in October. This is when we bring in the TTP volunteers from all across the state for a weekend of encouragement, laughter, and learning. They get a super cool t-shirt, a hotel room, meals, and the best company on the planet. So what are you waiting for? Step up to volunteer in your area by talking to your local co-directors. We will be happy to put you to work. Now, before I close, there are a few more folks we want to introduce you to. First, we're saying goodbye to one of our longest board members, Bob Smith. Bob has served as our CPA and treasurer since we started 14 years ago, and he even was the one who helped us sue the IRS and win. He's stepping down now, and we wish him the best in his retirement. The other board member leaving us is our secretary, Trish Date, who is moving to Maryland to be near her family. Trish's energy and enthusiasm will surely be missed. But thankfully, it's not all sad news. We've got a dynamic duo ready to step in and fill those empty shoes. Meet Robin and Ryan McCubbin, our newest board members. You may recognize Ryan as the teacher for our Post-Constitutional America classes. And you may recognize Robin as our co-director from our Longview area satellite. The McCubbins are joining our other board members to take True Texas Project further than we've ever gone before. Well, speaking of going further, it's past time for me to wrap up this video. I love serving Texas through True Texas Project, and I love all that each of you do to make it a success. Stay tuned now for more announcements from your local co-directors.